Okay, am I live? Good. All right. What's going on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram? Let me get this other camera started here. I know it's kind of late, guys, but I had to. I couldn't go to bed. I just got through working out. I was still excited. I was pumped up, from this webinar that I attended today. But I'm gonna give it a few minutes. I'm gonna let a few people come in first. But I'm just so excited, like I always get. But I'll start by saying there was a webinar I was invited to today. It was a personal growth and development webinar. It basically had about, I don't know, I even forget how many, but it was like 5, 6, or 7 like leaders and coaches in this industry. I mean, these people coach tens upon tens and tens of thousands of people. What's going on, Derek? So I just want to drop a few nuggets from that webinar today. Like I said on my post earlier, I said I would, when I attended this webinar, I would bring a few nuggets back. So that's about 5 or 6 things I just want to drop real quick from this webinar. Again, this webinar was for personal growth and development. It had about 5 or 6 or 7 of the industry, like leading top coaches, and they've been doing for 20, 30 years, stuff like that. So it was just awesome webinar. It was about a little over 4.5 hours. It was about 4.5 hours long, but it was worth every second of it, especially because that's the way they wanted to bring in 2021. Everybody want to bring that, New Year's in a certain way. I think, the way you bring it in is kind of how you're going to end up. So that's how I wanted to bring it in. And so I did that. So I'm not going to hold you guys long, but I did want to share, like I promised, just some of the nuggets that they dropped. So first of all, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope it's going the way you want to so far. I hope everybody had a safe one. So anyway, most of this is going to be basically just like quotes. And we don't, everybody has a perspective, and there's no right or wrong perspective. And we could be talking about each one of these quotes and these perspectives back and forth all day long. So I just want to drop ones that were kind of like heavy to me, share them with you, give you something to think about, and hopefully maybe do a little introspection, look at yourself and make some changes in your life if changes are needed to be made. And I think all of us have something that we need to do, maybe a little better, some change that we can make to tweak us and take us in the direction we want to take us in. So that's why I want to share this. So I can go to sleep tonight, actually, because I'm tired, but I had to share this. One of the things I want to talk about was, and it's 2 different quotes, and I don't know if it came from the same person or not, because they were dropping so many nuggets so fast I could not keep up with writing. But I wanted to put these 2 quotes together because they seem real powerful. And one was, a good life is not lived by chance, but by choice. And I know a lot of this seems, like trivial or simple, but a lot of us don't think about this type of stuff. And I'm gonna repeat that one again. Number 1, a good life is not lived by chance, but by choice. And the reason I said I wanted to put these 2 together, because they just seem like they go hand in hand. The second one was, if you want to know how your life is going to turn out, look at how you live your day every day. I'm going to read that again. If you want to know how your life is going to turn out, look at how you live your day every day. Now, I just thought those 2 needed to go together, because again, it's not by chance. Some people may hit the lottery, $1 billion to 1 odds or something like that. So, more power to you. But other than that, most of us, we have to make choices to have the life we live. We have to not only make those choices, we have to get up and we have to back those choices up with action. That's why I thought these 2 went together so great. If you want to know how your life is going to turn out, take a look at how you live your day every day. You can't get up every day, say you want a job, but you don't go look for a job. How do you expect to get a job if you don't go look for one? Or if you're at your job and you don't like your job, how do you expect to move up in your company if you're not taking advantage of little trainings that they may have, or little outings that they may have? Because sometimes it's not about what you know, it's who you know, the whole game. But if you're not proactive in your own life, how could you expect more? So that's why I thought those 2 were just so relevant to go together. And 2, this usually brings, this is a note that I wanted to share. So when you go out and start doing stuff and being proactive, a lot of us don't do it because of fear. So, that fear usually, people are scared of change. And for you to get something different, you got to do something different. And typically, success is on the other side of getting out of your comfort zone. Normally, get on the other side of your comfort zone, you'll find success. That's why so many of us stay in that comfort zone. We are afraid to do something different. We'll find any excuse not to do something different because that takes us out of that comfort zone. But another quote that was said pertaining to that comfort zone and fear, I thought was real heavy. It said, in every situation, you can find a person, an experience, a skill, or a lesson from every situation. So, meaning if you just step out of your comfort zone, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because most people who are successful made many mistakes. That's why you have coaches and leaders and communities and teams behind you to limit your mistakes. That's the whole point of that. But I just thought that was so deep. In every situation, don't be afraid to step out your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to try something new. All you can do is fail. I mean, the worst thing you can do is fail, right? So every situation, you can find a person, an experience, a skill, or a lesson from every situation, good or bad. Meaning if you did try to start a small restaurant or something, and you were afraid all these years, but you tried. In the midst of you trying to open this restaurant, you have to do research. You got to look for a building. You got to understand where you're going to buy all your grills and all the stuff. You got to understand where to get material from. So that means you're networking with different people. So now you're calling different people. You're talking to different people. You're socializing with different people. You're rubbing elbows with different people. And typically these people are in circles that may be a little bit above yours. My point is, now you're befriending people. You're meeting new associates. You're getting new contacts. So say the whole restaurant thing don't work out like you like it, another door could be open just because you stepped outside of your comfort zone and you tried to do something new. So now you have a whole new perspective of people to do business with. So anything can happen. If you just gotta step out of your comfort zone and don't be afraid to do something different. Don't be afraid to take chances. When I was young, it was always a saying that we always used to say in everything we did, good or bad. Chances make champions, right? And in most cases, even in business and in life, they do. Chances do make champions. But if you don't succeed, if you don't become a champion, you'll never know. You can't get to the championship without going through the work, without going through all the other teams, man. It's just no way to get around it. So that was 3. I think it was like 5. So I think that was 3. I got one or two more I want to share with you guys real quick, and then I'm out of here. This one here was good. It says, always try to write down at least 3 things every day, to improve yourself and help yourself grow. So what I'm saying is, if you wake up every day and you're saying, hey, I want to do something different. I want to improve my life. And you're looking at people on TV, you're looking at people on Facebook and YouTube, and it's motivational people. You can start looking at the people around you that are doing something different, that are doing something bigger than you. You can reach out to them and speak to them. But if you want to start at home, 3 things every day, something small, only because this is going to create a habit. It's going to create a good habit. It's going to create a sense of focus, a sense of urgency, a sense of direction for you. So, and I don't mean, if you say, well, I don't know what to write, something simple. You can start off with something like, okay, starting every day at, 6 a.m., I'm going to do 10 minutes of meditation. I'm just going to wait, it's still quiet before the kids wake up. We're going to do meditation. And then you can say, or I'll do, what else I write here? As 1 chapter a day, reading a book or something, right? 1 chapter a day, whether it's the Bible, Quran, a Torah, a motivation book, a self-help book, 1 chapter a day. You can put that as number 2. And then you can say, okay, well, let me, I can't read my own writing, but I am tired. Oh, like I said, 15 minutes of watching somebody that motivates you. Log on to whoever motivates you and say, every day, I'm going to take 15 minutes instead of me just scrolling Facebook, wasting 3 days out of a month looking at everybody else's business. I'm going to get out of everybody else's business for at least 15 minutes a day. And you watch those, you go watch somebody motivational to you for 15 minutes a day. Take some notes. It's power in writing stuff down. I was there at that 4-hour seminar day, and I wrote a lot of stuff down because there's power in seeing that pen hit the paper and seeing your own handwriting. It just does something to your brain and synapses. It's some old, physiological thing that I can't explain. But just simply 3 things. Just write down 3 things you want to do every day, and you have to make people respect that. So if you're saying at 4:30 every day, I'm going to Who's that on there? Hey, Gil, what's up? All right. If you're saying at 4:30 every day, I'm going to meditate, and people know that, and at 4:30, 4:35, they start calling you, they'll get the point when you ignore that call, don't text back until you're done and say, hey, this is what I'm doing every day. You have to make people understand it, and that makes you commit to yourself. So once you start committing to yourself, then you'll start doing things differently. So start out, like I said, that was some good stuff they gave me. 3 minutes, three things, write down that you're gonna do every day. Start small, and know that once you master those 3 things, you can either upgrade the list or change those 3 things, because now they've become habit. Nobody has to tell you at 6 o'clock to get up and read, do your meditation. You know immediately at 4:30 you're gonna go read the 1 chapter, 15 minutes a day. So that's something that you're doing now. So now you can upgrade and change those 3 things to something else, right? And that's going to create some discipline. It's going to create, like I said, a sense of making sure that you are true to what you're trying to do. And I think it was one more thing I wanted to say, and that was some good stuff. And this came from a guy who went through a whole lot, man. I seen him today. He was so inspirational to me. The guy was at a foster home when he was a kid, black dude raised by white family, so you know what he went through his whole life. NFL, failed, businesses failed. I mean, he had to pivot so much throughout his whole life, man, but he still found a way to get back and do what he needed to do, and it was just awesome. So, but this is one of the things that he said, and he called it the shift method. Now I'm gonna share that, and then I'm gonna get on out of here. He says, see, shift, and sustain. He said, a lot of us, of course, we don't like to look at the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror for that matter. But sometimes you have to sit down and you have to see or try to understand what is the problem. I want more, I need more, I want more, I want to do more. So what is holding me back? What is it, a fear? Is it my circle? Is it shame? Is it something that happened? You know, you have to try to pinpoint the problem. So try to see what that problem is first. Then he said, you go from there to shifting. So now I kind of know what the problem is. What do I need to do to reach my goals? You know, and outside of that, obviously start writing down goals, short, intermediate, and long term. And he said at that point, once you start enacting that, you have to maintain. So it's see, shift, and sustain everything that you're doing. Going all the way back to those 3 things you wrote down. You can't go a week and get up at 6, meditate, because you said you were going to do that. 4:30 for a whole week, you're reading your book. 15 minutes for a week, you're kind of checking out somebody you like on the motivational side. Next week, I can get up at about 6:45, or I can skip it, I'll do it tomorrow. See, then you start falling back to those old patterns. That's not sustaining. When you sustain, it shows you how to attain, or something like that is what he said, because you start doing more. You start building on your foundation that you set. So it was so much. Like I said, this thing was over 4 hours. And not only they didn't drop nuggets, man, it was a gold mine there of brain and perseverance and development. The people were awesome today. So I definitely wanted to share that. And the biggest takeaway I got from them was that they all expressed how community allows them to do what they did and get to where they got. They absolutely all had the same sentiment as far as we all try to do things alone, and that's where we go wrong. We get taught in this country to do things by ourselves all the time, to try to get wealthy by ourselves, to do everything by ourselves. But at the end of the day, it takes a community. You know the rest, right? To not just raise a child, but to do everything in this country. The wealthy don't get wealthy by themselves, not at all. You won't find one wealthy person, man, and wealth comes in degrees, and everybody's wealth is not the same, and I get that. Not just talking about a stack of money. It could be just, like one of the ladies said today, she was a photographer. She was a photographer, and she finally got up to making 6 digits, and she said she was in the shower, and she thought, I thought making 6 digits would feel better than this. I was tired, I don't have time. She said she cut her shoots down in half and created more time for herself, and she felt wealthy at that point. So wealth is in different degrees, it varies for everybody. But my point is, they all were saying and how we need a community, and that's why. I mean, it was like 10,000 people online today at this webinar, like 10,000 people. Like, and again, like I said, it was for over 4 hours. It was awesome. So just know that we are here as a community. The team I work with, who I've been working with for the last 7 months now, man, awesome. We always have each other's back because we're all trying to go in the same direction. We all are building the same foundation. First of all, we have an awesome mentor in Mr. Brian Bean. The dude is just beyond, I can't even explain. I never met a person like this dude before, man. He's in the mud with everybody. He doesn't have to be. That man could be living in Cabo somewhere. He doesn't. He's right here. He's just awesome. And the whole community is awesome because everybody's on the same page. I'm seeing people every day go from, $5, $10. I mean, I'm looking at it every day because we have a community Facebook page. And I'm looking at all these testimonials every day of people getting their credit up. They're getting their debt down every day. They open up their own private banks. They're pulling their money out of traditional banks, and they're getting all of the money because we get showed how to open up your own bank. There's just so many different things that's going on. It's just so happy, but it took a community. It took leverage for that to happen. So, because I can go on all night. So let me get on out here. So I just wanted to share that, guys. I was excited about that webinar today. It was awesome. And I just wanted to share that. And I'll make sure some more things. I have so much stuff. I might break this down over the next couple of weeks and, consistently give you some more and more stuff. So, guys, if any of you are interested in understanding how to use leverage, how to use a team to attain, wealth to whatever degree that you like, or just to get your personal affairs in order, to help get your debt together, to help get your credit together, to show you how to land bank if you have money that you just want to make more money with. The team is here. It's an awesome team. The leadership is awesome. The mentorship is awesome. The community is awesome. So if you're interested, 216-285-0569, just text me. You can just text community, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And I will point you in the right direction, put you on this team, and just show you, man, what this team is doing. It's unbelievable what this community is doing. So, all right, guys. So I'm out of here. Say thanks for listening, and just know that it will be Monday. I'll be putting something else on the YouTube channel. So for those that follow me on the YouTube channel, check me out and like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Again, 216-285-0569. You can text community if you're ready to just see what this community has to offer you. And I mean, it's awesome. Okay, so then, guys, thank y'all, and I will see y'all on the other side.